more. If you're going to bring a case that's never been brought before, you need your best people, not your boyfriend who said no twice before you had to convince him. We noticed from the hearing because former lawyers were asked and declined. Many people were asked and declined. Wade was the backup to the backup, and Fulton County taxpayers paid him over $650,000 to learn on the job. That's your taxpayer money on this hiring decision.
Do you recall either you or your staff working with the Jan 6 committee to prepare for interviews with key witnesses?
No.
Okay. In the body of the article, it says that committee staff quietly met with lawyers and agents working for Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis in mid-April of 2022, just as she prepared to convene a special grand jury investigation. In the previously unreported meeting, the Jan 6 committee aides let the district attorney's team review but not keep a limited set of evidence they had gathered. Do you recall a meeting with the committee where there was access given to evidence that you were able to view but not retain?
I do recall that.
Okay. Can you tell me about that meeting? Do you recall where that meeting was?
That meeting was in Washington, D.C.
So that was in Washington, D.C. Who went to D.C. with you on that trip?
I remember an investigator, but I don't recall specifically which investigator went. And I do recall that there were maybe 3 lawyers from the team, but I don't recall specifically who they were.
Okay. So this lawyer, you said helped, essentially showed you all evidence, excuse me, not help, but showed you guys evidence that had been gathered and did not allow you to retain that evidence. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So first he starts by saying no, he doesn't recall working for the January 6th committee. Then they show him an article about it. And then suddenly the memory starts jogging back. Oh yeah, that meeting in Washington, D.C. with 3 lawyers and an investigator on Fulton County's taxpayer dime. And they would show evidence they could look at but couldn't keep copies of. Think about the structure. Why would the committee let them view evidence but can't retain it? Because if there was no paper trail, there's no record of what was shared. That's how coordination works when people know they shouldn't be coordinating at all. And this wasn't some rogue trip. Willis's own deputy DA, Michael Hill, was emailing the committee's chief investigating counsel directly, asking for a, quote, brief audience with Congressman Thompson, unquote. The January 6th committee's top investigator, Tim Hiffey, then offered to provide, quote unquote, oral summaries of witness testimony and access to documents, quote unquote, in camera. Real meaning in private. So a partisan congressional committee was privately briefing a county's DA prosecution on a team on non-public evidence that other law enforcement agencies couldn't even have access to. And Wade just confirmed it under oath. He tried to deny it at first, but got confronted with evidence, then said, yeah, that happened. This is what Fonnie Willis's independent prosecution actually looks like. 4 people flying to DC to get fed information behind closed doors. That don't sound like justice. That sounds like an operation.
This is a